Alright, an absolute massacre just occurred on Twitter. I mean, this was absolute brutality. I haven't seen much of this in a long time. I think the only other situation I can really think of that actually happened pretty much in the last 24 hours, but was another big Twitter massacre, was when Freddie Gibbs absolutely made academics look goofy in front of the entire planet. So we've gotten two pretty good juicy dramas over on Twitter in the last 24 or so hours, but I think this one, especially considering the audience, is probably going to be a little bit more relevant. It's pretty likely that you know everybody involved in this situation, considering how massive they are as streamers. They're among the world's biggest streamers over on Twitch. I mean, we have names like Ninja, Xqc, DrLupo, Alinity all being kind of thrown into this big pot and brewed down into a stew, but honestly, I do love seeing this kind of stuff. I know that sounds really toxic, like, oh, Optimus really thrives off of Twitter arguments, but I think that they're funny because 99% of the time, it's either jokes or a civil debate that's been taken way too far for absolutely zero reason, and it just gets turned into a complete cesspool. And I guess you could say that's kind of what happened here, but honestly, I just once again think it's pretty funny. So we're gonna go ahead and just dive right on into this one. So this basically all really starts with Xqc in a post on Reddit. So Xqc apparently said that, you know, a bunch of these big streamers who do these big charity streams and whatnot actually do end up getting a cut and make money from them. Which I don't know if that's true or false. I mean, if I ended up finding out tomorrow that a lot of these streamers were getting paid a bunch of money in order to really do these charity streams, I really wouldn't even be surprised. It's 2020, right? I mean, there's just so much going on, I honestly couldn't just be shocked if I saw that. But over on r/livestreamfail, there was a big post about it. You're gonna see that on the screen, but it really kind of breaks down into this whole big Twitter thing when DrLupo comes out about it. Now, once again, you probably know who DrLupo is. I don't think I really need to go ahead and introduce him or anything, but he did put up a tweet that says, from an r/livestreamfail post on Reddit regarding @Xqc, stating that a majority of streamers get paid to do charity streams. I've never been paid to raise money for @St. Jude. Just wanted to be sure that that was clear. Now, Xqc actually ended up responding and saying the topic went out of control and some of it was severely out of context, but I do think most people understood that top-of-the-line charities with a good charity navigator score do not operate this way, as far as I know. Lupo said, gotcha, all I saw was the clip, so that's on me for not watching what was before or after. Now, this interaction here, I think, went pretty smoothly, right? I think that this is a fine interaction, you know, all the misunderstandings or whatever have basically been cleared up here. No real hate between these two, just a simple disagreement that realistically got turned into a productive conversation, which honestly, I gotta say, that's rare on Twitter. So the fact that it really went the way that it did, I gotta say that's a big W involved for both of them here. I mean, this is something that could have very quickly been turned around and just become a complete bloodbath in the comments, but don't worry, we'll be waiting for that one to happen here in a second here. So once again, you know, a nice little wholesome conversation between the two, they clear everything up. But then Jessica Blevins decides to jump into the conversation. Now, this might be the person you don't know, I guess, in this whole subject. I mean, the others, they're all relevant because of their streaming and whatnot, but Jessica Blevins is the wife and manager of Ninja, and she came through to say, this guy always has some trash to say. I've literally never heard of a single streamer getting paid to raise money, and per FTC rules, if they were, it would have been easily known to the public. Keep doing amazing things. Well, before we even go any further, I'm just going to go ahead and say, no. That wouldn't have just been immediately known to the FTC, especially if they were committing a crime. Yes, you are supposed to disclose things like that, especially like if you have a sponsored video or anything like that, or you're getting paid to do something or promote something, which in this instance would be a charity. Yes, you are supposed to disclose that. That is the law. It can be problematic if you don't, but I mean, that doesn't mean that guaranteed people are following this law or paying any attention and doing what they're supposed to be doing. You gotta note, the conversation between Lupo and Xqc went real well, right? You know, it was nice and wholesome and everything, and then she comes through and basically insults him. She's not being very productive in her conversation. As a matter of fact, once again, she's kind of talking down about him. This guy always has some trash to say. He goes ahead and just drops the atomic elbow on her. This is fucking rich coming from you of all people. Incredible you found the time to half-ass listen to the clip and give your take no one asked about in between your virtue signaling posts. I mean, just absolutely ratios her, just completely bombs her. And I mean, I don't know why necessarily she acts as if she's a victim here, considering she literally fucking instigated the entire thing by bringing her opinion through in the first place, and then on top of that, literally dogging the guy in the tweet. I mean, I wonder why he would respond and completely decimate you. Ooh, I was waiting for your response. Enjoy your day, QVC. Hope to see you doing a fundraiser in the future since you have so much to say about them. I mean, she really thought she did something with that response? I don't know. Of course I was going to answer, sweetie. I was eating breakfast, fueling up for a productive day. Not very relatable, I know, Jesus. You should teach me a thing or two about fundraisers. I'm sure you know a thing or two about raising funds. I mean, these Gucci bags don't pay for themselves. I mean, at this point, it's like that Simpsons meme, just stop, they're already dead. Just getting completely obliterated in front of everybody here. And I mean, this is when Ninja jumps in to defend his wife because she's getting completely destroyed for the entire timeline to see. He says, "You have zero clue the amount of work Jess does for our family and our business, and when she wants to buy a Gucci bag, she fucking can because she worked for it. We've donated millions to charity and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stop being a piece of shit." I mean, I do respect what she has done because obviously it's not like she does nothing all day. I mean, she manages Ninja, she probably does a lot on the back end for that side of their business and whatnot, and I do respect that, but that doesn't mean that you can't just get completely shit on Twitter because you just brought this part out. I mean, you gotta notice how they're so, adamant about talking down to him, right? I mean, she started the whole thing by saying he always has something trash to say, and now he's a piece of shit because he's roasting his wife on Twitter, which I understand why he'd say that, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's his wife, right? I think we can all kind of understand that, but then she comes back again, yet again. She's not really getting any support on her side, if we're being honest, but she comes back again. X, it's very clear that you don't respect women or really anyone with, again, the trash I've heard you spew. If you want to be sexist and act like because I'm married to a successful man that makes me a do-nothing mooching woman, that's your choice to be that kind of person. I mean, now we're pulling the sexist card pretty much out of nowhere. But I mean, it's really easy to play the victim after you completely started a bunch of shit on Twitter, I guess. I understand why you would do that because it's probably your only chance at this point in this whole thing to really kind of get back and actually get people to agree with what you're saying. But I mean, it simply doesn't work. Once again, the lack of self-awareness is insane. Jessica, your husband is an icon of our sphere. Does that sink in? It has nothing to do with you being a woman. How dare you use the sexism card in such a trivial interaction, lumping in actual victims of sexism, especially in gaming? Yikes. Dude, you need to stop. In your own words, you literally said that she does nothing all day and called her sweetie when she is in fact not your sweetie. Not to mention she's tried to reach out privately to talk about this, yet you continue to tweet in all caps. I mean, God forbid he called her sweetie, right? That was probably just the tip of the iceberg right there. The hatred that this man spews is absolutely insane. I can't believe he dare call somebody sweetie. I mean, I think the world's gonna stop right now, right? It's insane. I mean, you guys feel that? I got chills up my spine. I couldn't believe that he said that. It was unnecessary, harsh, and cruel. And, she tried to reach out privately to talk about this, yet you continue to tweet in all caps. Well, that's funny because she initiated the public interaction between these two. So, I mean, if she had this big problem with what he said, why didn't she just DM him first and then not fucking publicly tweet a bunch of ignorant stuff for the timeline to see and then play victim once he basically destroyed not only you, but your wife at the same time? Ninja also said literally everything in her tweet was the truth. Xqc talks trash all the time to everyone, especially me. I mean, he sounds like he's about to cry with that sentence right there. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're a grown man. And she personally has never heard of anyone being offered money to do a charity stream and then states if it would have to be shared, it would be basically because of FTC regulations. Yeah, that's what she said. She didn't say that he just says a bunch of trash, or we're conveniently leaving out the part in which she insulted him, and instead of being that mature adult that you guys are talking about and just DMing him with her problem, she decided to make it public and then wondered why he basically eviscerated her for everyone to see. Now, of course, Ninja was basically down bad at this point. I mean, he and his wife got ratioed on Twitter. They honestly, I don't think, really had a very good point, and they kind of started a lot of this whole thing and then wondered why it went to the point that it did and then played victim. But world-renowned Twitch streamer Alinity showed up and she had something to say because there was a really weird thread going on here. But she said, "Oh, this is an easy bet. Team Ninja loses easy." And I'm not gonna lie, Ninja kind of hit the redemption arc. I mean, came up in basically one episode of the anime, right? Literally all it took was one tweet and he basically, I'm not gonna lie, redeemed himself. Don't you have another cat to abuse? I mean, Jesus Christ. Where was this ferocity when it came to Xqc, bro? I mean, absolute evisceration. Now, she did respond. She said, "You have no class. It's only a playful joke and you have to be rude like this? Pretty shameful, dude." I mean, he honestly bodied her with that tweet. I gotta give him some props. Like I said, he was losing all the way up until this point. I'd say he's probably 0-0 at this point with this whole one right here. Once again, folks, don't just be poking your fucking nose into these conversations, just saying random things, and then, oh my god, people responded and they completely decimated me. This whole Twitter argument here just reeks of somebody else was saying something, had nothing to do with me, I insert my very stupid opinion into the entire thing, and then I get ratio. Like, that's all it really comes down to here. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus, make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members, your support helps my channel tremendously, and until my next video guys, this is Optimus, watching the Twitter wars just continue, and signing out.